the stars, driving down the boulevard at night. Playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by. And it doesn't even matter to me where I go, I just feel I need to take a ride. Got my coffee cup to go, and I'm gonna hit the road tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go! Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go! I'm not heading for the stars, driving down this boulevard tonight. Yeah, playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by.
Offroad
Now my wheels
on.
in motion and
Offroad
my
on.
windows open with the wind
Let's see what this can do.
I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go!
So far so good. We're just coming up to the descent now, and I can feel the traction control kicking in almost instantly to try and keep me in that low speed, almost to the point where, well, I haven't got my foot on the brakes and it's working as hard as it can. The problem that you have, or that I've noticed, and I can see why they say don't use it in wintry conditions, is that as soon as it starts to slip, or the gravel moves, or the stones move from underneath you, it loses that traction control. It just lets everything go, and then you barrel down a hill, which isn't great, obviously. It's probably its biggest letdown. It's not, you've almost got low range in terms of how the gears work, but it doesn't act like low range. It's close, don't get me wrong. It keeps you from going forward too quickly when you're going down a hill. But as soon as it lets off, if your foot isn't covering the brake, you're going, and it's going to really slide you down. So just now coming around this tight left-hand turn and then going down into this rocky section, I can feel the front right wheel braking, and that seems to be the wheel that's braking more so than any others. So it's trying to maintain the traction for me. I've never felt anything like this, so it's quite cool to see. Now this is the bit I'm not looking forward to, mainly because I don't have the clearance that I would like, and I think I'm probably going to bottom out and may end up hitting a few things. Big step coming up, which I'm just a bit wary of not having the clearance. This traction it's really working. I can feel it working almost too much, and this may look like nothing on camera, but trust me guys, this is steep. I can just feel the brake pedal underneath me, just like stopping me from going too fast, which is a bit of a pain because I feel like I'm doing this all the time. There it is again, letting off and braking as soon as it starts to gather too much pace. It's a strange feeling, something that I've never felt before. I'm not too sure how I feel about it right now. So I haven't got my foot on anything at the minute. I'm just letting the vehicle do its thing, use its traction system. The off-road button is flashing at me, which tells me that it's working and that it's doing everything it needs to. But then I'm just kind of waiting for it just to let me go, like that. There it is, it's let me go. And now I'm just in normal first, tootling down, which is great. First gear in this is ultra low. Is it low enough? I don't know. We'll do the rest of the track and see. So the hill descent's working, which is nice to see. I was a bit unsure at first. I've experienced hill descent in a Land Rover, but I like the way the traction works when you're on boulders and you're going over hills or rocks. I think that works really well. But this track now is all downhill, which is what I really wanted to test out with this vehicle, is what is the hill descent actually like? Does it work? Well, this hill's pretty much the one to test it on, to find that out. So about 3/4 of the way through this track now. You've seen it super scenic, and for the whole time that I've been on the track I've had the off-road button on, and it's dampened the throttle cable. It's dampened the throttle when you're driving normally, which is quite nice, and you can feel the traction working on the flat as well. But it really shines coming down the hills. I can really feel it working to keep me as slow and as nice and easy as possible, and that's something I wasn't expecting. I've got my foot over the brake, I'm not going to beat around the bush. This is the first time I've used this vehicle off-road like this. Do I trust it? Well, yeah, I do trust it. Do I trust electrics more than my right boot? Probably not. But it's the sensation of feeling it working. That's what I was looking for, and that's what I've got here. And I hope from the clips of the vehicle you're seeing that you can tell just how kind of steep gradient that I'm driving, and you can see how the wheels are working and how it's all trying to maintain itself and do its own thing. Again, I'm not on the brakes here, just letting it tootle down on its own, but I am worried that if it loses traction or if a rock slips from underneath it, it's gonna just go down because it's gonna think that it's in an icy condition, which obviously we know it's not. But it's working. I like it. It feels great. So we're leveling off a bit now. The track's still super bumpy. I'm just gonna put a bit of right boot. Okay, that no, maybe not. That turns it off. And even though it's bumpy, the car's still maintaining traction. The light is still flashing at me, telling me that it's working, telling me that it's doing what it needs to do. And I'm going down in first gear, no pedals, and it's almost like being in low range first. It just is. It's going to take some getting used to with this traction system. Don't know if I'm impressed. No, I am impressed. It works better than I thought it was going to work for the type of vehicle that I'm driving. It's that, well, you just saw it, it's that release of, oh my god, it's slipping, so I'm gonna have to turn everything off. Back to you, driver. That's the bit I don't like. This is great. Look at, it's so smooth and so steady. And you'll see the track is, well, it's called boulder lane for a reason. I'm literally driving down, not boulders, but fairly large rocks. And inside, fairly comfortable. But as soon as one moves, that's it. Everything cuts off and it's back to a manual effort. I just think it could try and control you a little bit better and look after you a little bit better than it does, instead of just switching off like it, I don't know, like a kid having a tantrum. That's the only way I can describe it. Is it's like having a spoiled kid going, no, I don't want to play with you anymore, you're on your own. Okay, last little bit. It's just as slippy, just as sketchy. I'm still in manual first, still got the off-road button on. You can just feel it working. I'm trying to grip, trying to look after the vehicle.
birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do.
And that, as they say, is the end of that.
We know what we
Been
have,
back
let's
on
hold on tight.
tarmac for a little while.
Found what we're looking for in
Vlog.
life.
Probably one of my favourite locations. Literally an hour away from home, which is great. I hope this video has helped some of you. It's certainly been an eye-opener for myself. And I'm really looking forward to getting the Amarok out a bit more. Maybe even to do some touring. But now I've got the van. You'll see the van in upcoming videos. If you have any questions, then obviously please do put them down in the comments below. And I will answer every single one of them as best as I can. But for now, folks, if you haven't, please do like, share, subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one.